Hello, my name is Caleb Ledford, and this is my Self-Leadership Action Plan. Just to introduce myself, I am the youngest of 6 kids, and this picture that you see on the right is definitely not me. I am not a natural-born leader. Being part of a big family, you're just trying to find your niche and where you fit in and get noticed. And with me, I got noticed by just making jokes and just having a go with the flow kind of personality and just trying to be a people pleaser. And being the low person on the totem pole and having a lot of strong personalities and opinions in the family, I never really made a decision. And as I grew up, I was fine with that. But it got to the point that when I was called upon to make decisions, I had a real struggle with that. I would go out to eat with a friend, and I would have a problem trying to make a decision of where we would go out to eat. And the only thing I hated more than making decisions was any kind of change. So with this self-leadership class, I was looking to just gain more leadership qualities and have a better understanding of it and decision making as well. So the evolution of the leadership model I broke down into 2 parts, my old way of thinking and the new thinking. My old way of thinking was just making excuses, saying I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough to be able to do that, I don't have the charisma, other people are much better at it than I am. And so really just depending on others to do the leading for me and also others. And so this negative self-talk would always lead to self-punishment, feeling like I'm not adequate and just really being down on myself. So as I've grown, I've learned a new way of thinking, and this class has definitely helped that as well. And that is by proactively taking action. I have actually started with work holding biweekly meetings and leading those. And then just understanding that I am able to do that. And that stepping out of my comfort zone is a good thing. That's where growth comes in. And being able to speak truth into myself. And then the other big part is rewarding yourself after accomplishing something that I didn't know you could do. So the most meaningful leadership characteristics for me has been my humility, listening and genuinely caring, and leading by example, and servant leadership. To the right, I've got a picture of my dad who really exemplifies that. He is my role model growing up. He started a mission for homeless men early on in his life and just looked for any way he could to serve. He just recently had to step down from driving the bus at 81 years old because he developed ALS. And so while he is limited in the things that he can do due to his strength and mobility, you can see by that smile on his face, he does not let that get him down, and he's still looking to reach out to his community and to just show his love in other ways. So I've got a couple of quotes here. As part of the self-leadership model is being your own change agent and driving that change through yourself and not waiting for someone else to do it, but taking the initiative. The second quote that I have here is by Stephen Covey in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And it talks about doing things that are really important to you and just being able to use that to just move forward and to be stronger as a leader because you have a purpose. And so that brings me to my mission statement. I won't read this. I have a pretty general mission statement that I want to kind of bring more specifically with the SMART goals that we have developed in class. So spending time with the Lord, I want to spend at least 30 minutes a day just reading my Bible, because that's where I draw my strength is by reading my Bible and praying, and where I get my truth as well. And being an active member of my family, by just being engaged, interacting, talking with my wife and 8-month-old daughter. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, and so being able to provide a steady income is very important to me. So making sure that I am setting myself up well at work, so that when that next promotion comes along, my name is out there, it's noticed, and that I am ready. Also, with pursuing my MBA, I graduate at the end of this year, and so I am planning on going to Xavier starting next spring. And so I've already registered for classes. I'm talking to an advisor, so just getting myself set up for that. Now, my action plan is twofold, both at work and then also in my family and personal life. So with at work, developing self-awareness and adapting to change. So what I'm going to do going forward is set reminders for myself. I work in an office setting for a large company with a lot of clients. And so we use Microsoft Outlook. So I'll go into the calendar, set appointments for myself, make sure that I'm on time for each of these things. And also setting up positive cues to myself. We receive quarterly bonuses. So just taking something as simple as writing on a Post-it note bonus, just so I can make sure to keep my eye on the prize. Looking for additional leadership opportunities is also very important. So expanding my responsibilities and deepening my industry knowledge so that I am set up and I've got all of this experience and I'm ready for the next challenge that comes about. At home, with my family, it's executing my to-do list at home. I actually just started this when I was doing my journals about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it's just given me such a feeling of accomplishment to just be able to check something off and know that it's done and that I'm ready for the next one. And that provides me with a lot of energy. And also investing emotionally with time and energy with my family is very important. And where I draw a lot of my strength as well. Financially, setting up a 529 college plan for my daughter and all of the future children is very important, as well as putting into my 401k to make sure that I'm set up for retirement. Now, personally, identifying and correcting self-punishment and negative self-talk is a very important thing that I've been spending a lot of time working on. And the principle of just rewarding yourself when you are able to accomplish something is a great way to counteract that and to feel a lot better about where you're headed and where your goals are. So I really like this quote by Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. And so it's just making sure with these action plans to get the plan in place and then continually doing them. And then that becomes a habit, and that is where excellent things can happen. And I'm really excited about that. So what have I learned? The big thing is that challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities. And I can use those for I can use these challenges for personal growth and to get better. What will I do differently is having the correct mindset, making sure that I do not self-punish myself, understanding that I'm human, and that and using each opportunity to grow from. And who will notice these changes? I hope those two people on the right do. That's my beautiful wife and daughter, and also I hope that my colleagues at work and my friends and others can notice it as well. So here are my references. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this presentation, and I hope that it has been informative. Thank you.